More Soul Eater videos? How about more Soul Eater? Give us a sequel. Ayo, guys. So I've talked a lot about Soul Eater, how we need a new anime, how good the manga is, how you really need to read it and buy the manga so we can get a faithful anime adaptation, and to now ask for a sequel, because I still think there are possibilities of more stories to be told in Soul Eater, and it really feels like Okubo really teased us at the end there. I know that I'm a nobody, but I'm sure if Okubo knew who I was, he'd be annoyed of me because I asked too much of him. But hey, I'm just a big fan. I love this series. I can go on and on about how amazing the Soul Eater manga is. I have many videos on it, go check them out. I even spoiled the whole damn thing talking about it. I also really love the anime, but I was really disappointed by the ending of the show. It was an original anime ending, of course, and it felt really rushed because it seemed like they didn't want to prolong the anime series after they caught up to the manga, but the ending in the manga was way better than the anime, at least to me. But it still left us with questions and possibilities for more in this Soul world. See what I did there? And if I just had one complaint, not just me, the community can also agree, I have to be subjective with one of my most favorite series, and it can't be all positivity, that the ending also felt a little rushed in the manga. Okubo made the Kishin too strong, and I am only speculating, but he left it somewhat open-ended where we can return, and la, here we are in this video. There are still some loose ends in the world of Soul Eater, and that's what really keeps me holding on that maybe one day will return. But I'm also here to encourage you guys to comment on more speculation, some theories, or predictions on a possible Soul Eater sequel. I would love to do a community video talking about everyone's thoughts on a Soul Eater sequel, and it would be fun to make. I also hope that it's okay to get some of your comments and share them in a video. So do hit the like button and subscribe to get that video in the future. So let's start with a loose end, and I also want to get this out the way because it's not particularly one of my favorite characters. So first we have Gopher, he's a character I don't like, and Noah. They both escaped and are still plotting to get revenge. And while Gopher was easily my most disliked character in the series, I would still be interested to see him make a respectable return with Noah. Noah was a cool but heavily underused antagonist that could get really fleshed out in a sequel, along with Index from the Book of Abon, seeing how he was involved with creating Noah because he is the incarnation of greed, and we later see the incarnation of wrath. But with the first iteration of Noah, we see the incarnation of greed. The Index was trying to add even more to the collection in the Book of Abon, and I would be really interested to see a continuation of this because it's still an interesting topic to explore, and there could still be even more mysteries in the Book of Abon that could cause even more havoc if they were to get unleashed into the world, like the Dark Being we get to see during the arc, and the possibility of even more Dark Beings. The Dark Being known as the Great Old One of Power also brought madness, so that can also play here. While it was stated that the Kishin Ashura killed the members of the 8 Reaper Legion, but is it still possible that they still exist just like the Great Old One of Power? And this could always set up for some conflicts, and some of these beings might think that they should be the ones in charge of the DWMA since there's an open position allegedly. But on that topic, let's talk about the potential threats posing the DWMA, because Lord Death has passed on to the Great Unknown. It's seriously the unknown, because where could Death pass to? Am I missing something here? Isn't he already dead? But seriously, now Death was a great character and one who brought fear to those who opposed them. But with his passing, can some menacing antagonist that we don't know about make a move, since Death the Kid is the new Shinigami who could still be considered inexperienced? And then we also have the witches. Yes, there is now a peace pact, and Soul is to be the final death weapon to be made, but nothing in this world can be perfect. There will still be those that break the laws in this world as there were previously. I mean, we have the Kishin to prove of that. And there will also be witches with malintentions that don't want to get along with that peace pact and cause problems. And not only that, one thing to keep in mind is that maybe there will be some Meister and weapon partners who might want to get even stronger and break the rules by doing it and start hunting witches. Now that could make for some really interesting plot lines. Sadly, in Soul Eater, we never got enough of Meister weapon partner battles, and this will be a way of getting some battles and some fun consequences out of it, and I fucked that up. I mean fun battles with some consequences, I'm sorry. But yeah, I would love to get more of those battles, and also more soul resonant battles, or just soul like inside the soul battles as well, like when we had with Tsubaki and her brother. But what do you think about these so far? I think some of these are pretty obvious, or some safe theories or predictions of what a sequel could look like, but the most obvious one would be the rescue of Krona. Here we have the biggest, or maybe you want to say the smallest, slimmest thread that can give us a sequel. It's the one I keep holding on ever since I finished the series, and especially after the Fire Force ending. Maka has swear that she is going to save Krona, so we have to come back for that. It's one of her final speech bubbles before we sadly come to a close on the final chapter. Plus, Krona needs his redemption arc. Krona has gone through so much, and it would be so depressing if he stayed sealed up on the moon. His split from the gang was so sad too. He had such a great dynamic, and it was so heartbreaking seeing Medusa manipulate him to betray his only friends. But on that topic, if we were to save Krona, that would of course mean the release of the Kishin. Unless there's a way of just keeping the Kishin up there, but that would be anticlimactic, right? For those that completed the manga know that the Kishin wasn't defeated at the end of the Soul Eater manga, so that means that one day he can actually return. I love the Kishin Ashura, and his threat that he would return is something that I stick by and hold onto. And I know that it's been years, but I know that Okubo will come through for us one day and have the Kishin come back and cause havoc and bring back Soul Eater because of it. And of course, to take on the Kishin, that must mean that our kids have developed and gotten stronger, and what I'm really curious about is what is up with our gang and how have they matured. Earlier I brought up the fact that Kid could be an unexperienced Shinigami, but has he had even more success since then? He did do the impossible and formed an alliance with the witches, so I want to see how much more he has progressed and how much further he has proved himself. And it would also be really cool to see if Patty and Liz had any kind of boost to their powers, and for that matter Tsubaki too. Could it be possible that they found a way to make death weapons, or at least upgrade them without the use of a witch's soul? It would suck if they can't upgrade or get stronger because of a witch's soul. And on the topic of soul, let's talk about Soul. He always wanted to become a strong weapon to protect his Meister, and it would be really cool to see if he developed himself to be strong on his own just like Gariko. But I also want to see him even stronger when paired up with Maka. I do hope that Maka has become an even stronger Meister. Maybe possibly the best. Okay, sadly that can't happen because she can't be the best, because I want to see Black Star become the god of power. A warrior god. We see how powerful characters can get in this world. I don't want to spoil anything from Fire Force, but you know, we do see it a lot in there. But the possibilities for Black Star are endless. And another thing with Fire Force, Okubo can for sure retcon a lot of things and tie everything together with a sequel for Soul Eater. And really quick to go back on Maka, I really do hope if we get a sequel, we can explore like what is up with her mother, where has she been, and hopefully when they introduce her, her mother can help Maka get a lot stronger with some techniques or something. That way we can get like a montage or a reason for Maka to get even stronger. And hey, maybe Spirit can get a redemption arc and get back with his wife and, you know, have a happy family again. And that is probably the most unlikely thing to happen in a sequel. But here's the final thing, my most out there theory, possibility that I thought of, because I just never stopped thinking about it, and it's the Black Blood by the witch Medusa. Can there still be some lingering developing effects of the Black Blood? Who knows, even more Black Clowns in the sword? I mean, we lost a whole city to Krona in the Black Blood. Is there any event where something evolves and develops from those events? Because there was never a mention of them cleaning up that situation, and Medusa isn't going to do it. And yes, she is dead, but what if she isn't? Not the first time she's been killed and comes back, right? I wouldn't want her to come back because her death is such a memorable moment for me, but she is a sneaky little snake. And if she doesn't make a return, who knows, maybe she had admirers, so potentially, like I said earlier, there could be witches who might want to continue her legacy and maybe continue the Black Blood experiments, maybe complete some trials and experiments that even Medusa wasn't able to complete before she died. I think that Black Blood is still an interesting topic to explore because they actually never had an answer for it. What if in the attempt of trying to save that city with the Black Blood, they accidentally make it even more powerful and something comes out of it? The potentials are endless with Black Blood. There is a lot of speculation with these scenarios, but of course the most clear reality for a sequel is the return of the Kishin with the rescue of Krona. I think it should take place years after the events of the final chapter, chapter because the Kishin is that powerful and Black Star needs to train to be the one who takes him down, am I right? But I would also just love to see a story where our characters are young adults and have developed and see how life has been after the events of the Kishin. And we also can get to see Stein's kid. How could a kid raised by Stein and Marie behave? Could he become a link to solve the madness in everybody, or potentially a threat? I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but it's a thought and it's gonna be my closing thoughts for this video. But let me know what you guys think, share your theories, some thoughts, and if I can get enough comments, I'll make a community video. So don't forget to hit the like button and share the video, and of course comment. Also, if you don't think we need a sequel, sound off in the comments why you're against it. And if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to subscribe and help me reach 1,000 souls and become the next death weapon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, I appreciate ya. I think I'd be a death cunt because I'm American.